Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the maths class of class 8. So, you all know that we are discussing the problems of the linear equations in word problems. Many more problems already we have discussed after finishing the chapter. Means chapter theory approximately. Theory is like practicing the question is only the theory in this chapter. It means solving an equations, classification of equations, and all that we had seen already. And now we had practiced lots of problems, and now also today come up with 3 more problems to discuss with you people so that you can enhance your understanding with the help of these 3 questions. Okay, so let's start today's session. So I will start with the first question. So question number 1 is like this: find a number sorry, it's a complicated question which is given in your, a bit complicated you can say, not very much, which is given in your assignment only. That 2 questions I have taken your assignment questions, and 1 question I have taken your it means the another question. So find a number whose fifth part increased by 30 and is equal to its fourth part decreased by 30. The question is very easy, and first of all we need to verify also that the question is correct or not. It is asking find the number whose fifth part increased by 30. So fifth part, it means okay, is increased, so we are adding 30 in the fifth part, and is equal to its fourth part decreased by 30. Fourth part, so which one is greater, fifth part or fourth part? Obviously fourth part is greater in comparison to fifth part. Like we are dividing a given thing into 4 parts and taken one at a time, and dividing the given things in 5 parts and taken one at a time. So which one is greater if the both the things are having the same size? So obviously fourth part will be greater. Like if 100 rupees is going to be divided into 4 parts, so everybody is going to get 25, 25, 25. And if 100 rupees is going to be divided into 5 parts, so everybody is going to, all the 5 people who are dividing, they are going to get 20 rupees. So 25 is greater than 20, so it means fourth part is greater than fifth part. So that's why, so here we are adding 30 in the fifth part, and decreasing, that is subtracting 30 from the fourth part. Now I hope so the question must be clear with you all. Now we don't know about the numbers, so let us assume the number be x. So let the number be x. We had assumed the number be x. Okay, now moving on, its fifth part, it's quite clear, fifth part of the x, so 1 by, sorry, fifth part of x, so 1 by 5 of x, and fourth part of x, so 1 by 4 of x we had taken out. So we are done with these 2 things, because these the question is talking about these 2 things only, the fifth part and fourth part. Okay, now moving on, just like fifth part and fourth parts I had taken out, and according to question is saying that 30 is increased in, it means a fifth part is increased by 30 and the fourth part is decreased by 30, then only they are going to be equal. Okay, so I had done that thing. So increased means adding 30 and decreased means subtracting 30. Moving on, now just separate out the variables and bring out the constants together and bring out the variables together. So we will get this 30 will remain here, and we are bringing this 30, it will become plus 30, and x by 5 we are moving to that side, so its plus sign will get minus and its minus sign will get plus. It's very easy thing. Now you all understanding the things. X by 4 minus x by 5, just reverse the equation. X by 4 minus x by 5 I added in this side, and 30 plus 30, it means 60 added in this side. So no issues, if we can just reverse the equation whole part. LHS can become RHS and RHS can become LHS. That only we had done over here. Okay, now do the fractional subtraction of these 2 numbers, these 2 given things. So that is 5x minus 4x divided by 20, and you know the fractional addition and subtraction, that is taking out the LCM first and then dividing the denominator, that is whatever LCM we had got with the denominator, and then whatever quotient we'll get, then multiply it with the numerator. That only we had done, and we had got it. X is equal to 60, and x by 20 is equal to 60. 5x minus 4x is equal to x. X by 20 is equal to 60. Sorry. Therefore x is equal to, it means do the cross multiplication, x is equal to 1200. So what is the number? So number is 1200. And if you want to verify this question that yes, this is happening or not, so you can take out the 1/5 part of 1200 and then add on 30 in that, and you can take out the 1/4 part of 1200 and then subtract 30 in that, and then you will see that you are going to get same number. I hope so, 270 approximately. Might be, it can change also. Approximately I'm saying that 270 you are going to get. Okay, now moving on. So after the question number second is, after 12 years Ravi shall be 3 times as old as he was 4 years ago. The question itself says all the things in the linear equations. Okay, after 12 years, it means whatever the present age of Ravi will be there, we'll have to simply add on 12 in that. So we'll simply assume, let the present age of Ravi be x, and after 12 years his age is going to be x plus 12 years. Now it is talking about that two things only. Now see, Ravi shall be 3 times as old as he was 4 years ago. Okay. It means after 12 years, whatever age the Ravi is going to have, it means how much of age Ravi is going to be, that age is going to be 3 times as old as he was 4 years ago. It means whatever age he was 4 years ago from the present time, so that age in numerical values is going to be the 1/3 of the age which Ravi will be after 12 years. So it's very easy. Okay, now I'm just moving on with the solution one by one. Sorry. Okay. So let the present age of Ravi be x years. The first statement we had assumed, and the next statement, it is talking about after 12 years age. So we had taken out the found out the 12 years age. It means his age after 12 years is equal to x plus 12 years. It means from the present time after 12 years he is going to be x plus 12 years. And now from the present times before 4 years his age is going to be x minus 4 years. So we had got these two things, and the relation is given in these two things only. Sorry. Ravi shall be 3 times after 12 years. Ravi shall be 3 times as old as he was 4 years ago. So 4 years ago also we had got the age, and after 12 years also we had got the age. So this age x plus 12 years, this age 12 years after, is 3 times of this age x minus 4, that is 4 years ago. So this is 3 times of this age, so it means this is greater than this. Now if we want to make them equal, so what we'll do, either we can divide 3 with this x plus 12, then both become equal, or we can multiply 3 with this x minus 4, so both will become equal. Is that clear? Like this is 12 and this is 4, approximately assume this is 12 and this is 4. Okay, the 12 is going to be equal to 4. No, it is not going to be equal to 4. Now we want to make equal to 4, so what we do, we will multiply 4 in we'll multiply 3 in 4, so it will become 12. So 12 is equal to 12. So like that you can also understand. So x plus 12, x minus 4. Okay, now here is your equation. After that much understanding, we can make the equation, and we had done it. X plus 12 is equal to 3 multiplied by x minus 4. So this is already 3 times of this value. So now to make them equal, it means to bring the sign of equality, we can simply multiply 3 in the lower thing, lower magnitude thing. So this is lower, this is it means of a reduced value, so that's why we had multiplied 3 in this. This is smaller than this, so that's why we are multiplying the 3 in the smaller one. Okay, now moving on, solving the equation. So x plus 12 is equal to 3x minus 12. 12 plus 12 to bring the constants together, 24, and this is 24. Okay, now it means reversing this thing. So 3x minus x is equal to 2x, and 12 plus 12 is equal to 24, reversed again. So finally we got x is equal to 24 by 2. Therefore x is equal to 12 years. So it means the present age of Ravi is 12 years, and you can again verify the things. Just add 12 in 12 years, it means present age is 12, and just reduce this with minus 4, do this minus 4, 12 minus 4, it will become 8, and it will become 24. So 8 is 24. You can easily see that 24 is 3 times of 8, so it is verified also. Okay, now moving on to the another question fastly, because the video length is going to be larger. Okay, so the question is like this. This is one of the very good question. Many students will face problem in solving these types of questions, and this question is not given in your NCERT textbook. So I had taken this question from your R.S. Agarwal only. A steamer goes downstream and covers the distance between 2 ports in 4 hours. Okay, two ports, it means there are distance, here it is talking about the distance between two ports. Yeah, it is given in the question, distance between two ports in 4 hours, while it covers the same distance upstream in 5 hours. Okay, obviously it will go downstream, it means it is flowing along the river flow, so obviously its speed is going to be enhanced, and it is moving opposite to the river flow. Obviously its speed is going to be smaller, so that's why the time elapsed. You can see that when it is moving downstream, it means along the river, so it is 4 hours, and when it is moving opposite to the stream, so it is 5 hours. It means it is increased, speed is reduced, that's why time is increasing. Okay, and we'll have to use this concept only in solving this question. If the speed of a stream is 2 km/h, okay, stream speed is given, find the speed of the steamer in still water. So directly moving on without wasting any time. So let the speed of the steamer in still water be x km/h. The first statement we had taken out, x km/h. Okay, its speed in downstream is equal to x plus 2 km/h. Obviously when it will move along the river flow, so it means along the flow of the stream, so it will be x plus 2 km/h. Now moving and its speed in upstream, that is x minus 2 km/h. Okay, upstream, it means moving against the stream, so it will obviously that the speed is going to be subtracted. So now the distance covered in 4 hours while going downstream. So when it will go downstream, so we are calculating the distance. So distance formula is the speed into time, and we are having both the things. Speed is x plus 2 km/h, and the time is 4 hour. So multiplying both the things, we get 4 into x plus 2 km. This is the distance between the two ports. Similarly, distance covered in 5 hours while going upstream, so speed into time again, and the distance speed is x minus 2 because we are moving upstream, it means against the stream, so that's why it's subtracting x minus 2 into 5. Total time taken is 5 hours, it is given in the question. So 5 into x minus 2 kilometer. So this is also the distance between the two ports. This is also the distance between the two ports, so both must be equal. So we got our equation. So okay, I'm writing some statement here, but each of these distances is the distance between two ports which is the same. Okay, obviously both distances are going to be same, so we can make our equation, and we got our equation. So 4x plus 2 is equal to 5x minus 2. We got it. Now solve the equations, do the multiplication. 4x into 4x, 4 into 2, it will become 8. 5 into x, 5x, and 5 into 2 minus 10. Okay, 8 plus 10, bring the constants together, bring the variables together. 5x minus 4x, x is equal to 18. If you reverse it, you will get x is equal to 18 km/h. Okay, so it means we have got the speed of a steamer in still water, that is 18 km/h. Now it is asking if you can want to check, then you can check this equation also, like the value of steamer is 18 km/h, so in downstream it is 18 plus 2, that is 20. So 20 into 4, 80 kilometer distance, and in upstream it is x minus 2, it means 18 minus 2, that it will become 16, and the time is taken 5. So if you will take out the distance, that is 16 into 5, it will become again 80 kilometer. So it means you are getting the same distance in both the cases. With the help of this value also, it means we had solved the questions correctly. I hope so you all had understood the things. So please concentrate it, see the videos more and more, and try to understand the things, try to grab the things. I think I had discussed a lot of problems related to the linear equations in one variable. Okay, that's it. Let us end our session. Thank you all. See you next class.